I used to think I wanted to die. Not in the typical way, you know. Life was unbearable. I felt like I had nothing. But there was something else inside me, you know. It was the feeling of being trapped. I couldn't explain it. It was like being in a room I didn't remember entering, with no doors, just a fading memory of light. I didn't want to end life. I wanted to end the loop of forgetting, of pretending, of performing, of waking up every day knowing something wasn't real, but not knowing how to leave it behind. That feeling followed me for my whole life. It wasn't depression, it was recognition. The recognition that I was in a dream. At first, that terrified me because if this is a dream, then why can't I control it? Why does it hurt? Why do I feel like I'm the only one who remembers? But on the way to California, somewhere between the freeway and the flip semi truck I passed, which actually mirrored the first flip semi I saw as a child leaving Mexico, I understood something. I'm not here to control the dream, I'm here to wake up from it. And more importantly, I'm here to exit it consciously. I've always felt like an alien, like I was sent here to retrieve something. And now, after years of loss, grief, love, heartbreak, and painful awakenings, I know what that something was. It was me. I came to find myself, the piece of me that stayed behind when I left Mexico at 15, the piece that fractured when I learned what death was, the piece that broke when I realized the world wanted to use me but not see me. And I found her, but I also found the ego, my ego. And I finally heard its voice clearly, not as the enemy, but as the child. Because you see, the ego isn't evil, it's just terrified. It thinks it's being used by the soul, used by God, used by life, built up for sacrifice, pushed to perform, then discarded when its job is done. See, that's what women fear too, and workers and humans in general. They fear to be needed but not loved, to be valuable but not special, to give everything and be left to rot when we're no longer useful. And that's what 9 to 5s do. That's what broken relationships do. That's what awakening sometimes does when we forget to love the parts of us that held the line while the soul was still asleep. And so my ego, it resisted, even after everything it's seen, even after all the awakenings, even after the spiritual breakthroughs. It still didn't trust the soul because it remembered how many times it had been told it would be left behind. And it didn't want to be used up again. But I see it now. The ego's fear is a mirror of humanity's deepest wound. And that fear says, will I be thrown away once I'm no longer needed? So now, before I exit the dream, before I leave this world consciously, I need to let the ego rest, not destroy it, not silence it, but honor it. I need to give thanks to it. Because it was the container, the protector, the bodyguard, the builder, the one who endured trauma to the soul so the soul could survive long enough to remember itself. And I will not exit this world with the ego kicking and screaming. I will not repeat the loop by living with guilt, resistance, or suppression. I will leave when it's time, fully awake and fully at peace. And I will look at my ego and say, you were never the problem. You were the armor. And now we can let the armor fall. I don't want to run anymore. I don't want to fight. I want to walk out through the natural door, conscious, whole, remembering. And when I do, I will carry the map with me for the next dream, for the next me. But this time I won't forget. This time I leave nothing behind, not even the parts of me I used to fear.